guys, Strike here and welcome back to Death Stranding. Now, I have been at this for the last 2 goddamn days off camera, just trying to get these last 2 gangrenous pricks. Okay, so we got the veteran porter, we got the collector somewhere around here. The collector's at 5 stars. I can't even find him. I've forgotten where anything is. Is he around here? He's gone. He fucking ducked out after all of that. After all the effort I put into making him love me. He's just all fucking gone. But at last, anyway, it's time to get a lovely little good boy sticker from the veteran porter, who seems to be like Sam Lake for some reason, aka like the lead writer of Remedy, aka the OG Max Payne's constipated visage. So here's your little medis. Oh god, my voice went very weird there. I've been driven to absolute insanity by this. I've spent so many hours on just these last 2 guys. Genuinely, it took forever. Oh, my sound is really down because I was listening to podcasts in the background. I'll fix that in a second. It's so not Sam Lake's voice either. I don't know why they do the likeness, but then never the voice. You better be enough. Oh, I really thought it wasn't gonna be. Veteran porter Kung Fu. Why? What about this man screams Kung Fu to you, Kojima? Whatever, let's not question it, because this finally means we get to do a little ounce of story. Oh, I'm sure I will. I wonder if they ever actually mean anything. Other than like, oh look, I'm the good boy. And what's that? I don't know, like 30 people now think that I'm a very good boy, and that's all a man can ask for.
Thanks again, Sam.
No problem, very quiet boy. Or other Sam. Alright, I'm gonna go turn up the sound, because it's literally down on my volume mixer, and I don't want to show you guys my desktop, because there is some unforgivable pornography on there. But anyway, I will see you guys real soon. Mwah. And in fact, I'll see you guys on the west of America at last. Would it be dangerous levels of boring to start reading emails within the first 2 minutes of the session? Because I feel like, oh yes, you can jump when you're in a safe room. I'm not actually in a place. I just found a safe room really, really close by, and I was like, that sounds way more bearable. Oh, please let me read my emails. I don't care about everything I love crumbling game that happens all the time. This is Death Stranding. Everything crumbles eventually. Now, the weird thing is, you guys aren't going to know what 2 of these people are. Except, well, we met the veteran porter. But you don't know the collector, I don't think. He was just a guy who really loves his video games. But we're gonna start with the novelist's son. If you want to skip the reading, I totally understand, because it's reading. But I'm really intrigued, and hey, maybe there's a little hidden side mission, which would drive me insane if I fucking missed. And you guys are gonna see just how late I was doing all of this. 10:55, that's not very late, but it goes to like 6 a.m. at some points. I'm a disaster. Mr. Sam Bridges, after a lot of thought, I've decided to join the UCA. Really? Is that... I know. You did that many, many years ago. I was intrigued to learn that the world is full... I read that as hamsters. What the hell is going on in my brain? This game's broke me. The world is full of hamsters. Your dream capture. Amelie's... Kipu? I don't know what that word is. I'm sorry. I'm an uncultured swine. My gourds! I know there are plenty of people who dismiss these traditions as superstition and nonsense, but I've come to believe that there must be a reason many evil warding objects and symbols came to be developed by so many different cultures. Also, a kipu is an ancient Inca device for recording information, consisting of variously colored threads knotted in different ways. Oh, yes, I remember that. Evil warding objects came to be developed by so many different cultures. Maybe they're all a product of some forgotten shared wisdom? All kinds of intriguing things have been said about gourds in particular, I'm sure they have. That they symbolize the womb and the universe itself, for example. They're clearly objects of significance and importance, which is why I can't keep them to myself. I've decided I want to send a gourd-shaped talisman. I've designed to chiral printers all over the world. Perhaps one day somebody might trap a BT inside one, like in my dream. Gourds work in mysterious ways, after all. Jizz emoji. Oh, by gourds, he meant his testicles. Of course, it all makes sense now. I don't know why his testicles symbolize a womb. That seems pretty counterproductive. Seems pretty, yeah. No, go away. I'm glad I never ever have to hear from you again, testicle man. The first, I think I gave you a really gruff voice. It's early in the morning and I slept 3 hours. Do I have to do the gruff voice? I'm doing the gruff voice. Listen, Sam, that's not a gruff voice, but we're going with it. Preppers like me, we're all about self-sufficiency. You gotta be willing to teach yourself how to do damn near everything, cooking included. By the by, I'm pretty good at it, if I do say so myself. One thing I've always believed is that food tastes better when you eat it outside. I know. Most people are too scared to look outside the front door these days, but that's neither here nor there. Best kind of spot to chow down, if you ask me, is at the top of a mountain. You're a prepper. You live in, like, a basement's fucking basement. I thought you were more terrified than literally ever. I love how we went from 10 to 3 a.m. that quickly. Jesus Christ. It was just a 4-hour period of just suffering where nothing happened. That hurts me. That hurts me so greatly. The fresh air and the view make a far better culinary experience. Say, why don't you come and join me for a spot of al fresco dining sometime? You'll love it, I promise. Oh yeah, that reminds me. Last time I was eating out, I saw something really weird. A sort of freaky glowing thing. I mean, I can't say for certain. I had quite a bit of time for porter at the time. Oh, everyone's connected. How fucking gay! Maybe you'd better go take a look for yourself, Sam. Would you do that for me? Anything for you, first prepper. You don't even have a name. Oh god, you're adorable. I didn't realize just how sweet you were. I want you in my little man womb, not BB. We used to have these things called magazines. I don't know what you need a nerdy voice. Is a man of my sheer sexual prowess even capable of a nerdy voice? I'm clearly the biggest of jocks. I can't even say that with a straight face. Back before the stranding, there was a medium known as the magazine. A collection of articles and pictures printed on paper. Some magazines had hundreds of thousands, if not millions of readers. At the height of their popularity, it wasn't rare for people to get all of their information and pornography and news from them. Journalists and editors would collect data, conduct interviews, and compile them into weekly or monthly issues, and readers would devour them with relish. My own father would. That is a pretty good dip. If I were to eat several endless pages of paper, I would choose relish. My own father was an editor of a popular magazine, one that published hints and strategies for beating popular video games. Sadly, not long before the stranding, digital media rose to prominence, and that spelled the end for print publications. Thanks to the internet, anyone could produce content, and anyone could consume said content. They became their own editors, their own curators of truth, as it were. But my father was always one to swim against the tide, and so he stuck with the print, in spite of the writing on the wall. They called him the last editor-in-chief. Over the years, he amassed a massive number of magazines and newspapers, all of which I was free to peruse growing up. After he passed away, I took up the mantle and continued expanding his collection. But now, in this post-stranding world, we have the chiral network. It is incredible technology, but will it be no different than internet in the end? I, for one, have no desire to see it descend into a cesspool of abuse and misinformation. If nothing can be done to prevent that, and I want nothing to do with it, which is why the next email is going to be exactly the opposite. We used to have these things called letters. I'm going to stop doing that fucking high-pitched whine. It's not nice. It makes me feel sticky. Newspapers and magazines, that's nowhere close to what you would sound like. Newspapers and what the fuck? Allergies and the sheer amount of insanity drummed into my lobes by this game have made me completely incapable of any form of fucking voices. I don't understand. My voice acting career is at an never. Newspaper and magazines used to be published on a regular basis. Once a month, perhaps, or in the case of newspapers, every morning or evening. They were a part of life's rhythm in my father's time. Some people's routines practically revolved around them. But no matter how much you yearned for the next issue, you had no choice but to wait patiently until it was published. It was the same with letters there was a time when you couldn't just compose and send a message and have it delivered to the recipient almost instantaneously. No, you had to take up pen and paper and carefully write out your thoughts, which you then sealed in an envelope and stuck in a postbox. After which you had to wait for the postman to come collect, process, and eventually deliver it. It might take days for some letters to reach their destination, longer even, if they had to travel through the sky or across the sea. And then, after all that, you had no choice but to wait for even longer for a reply. I can't help thinking that it might have been a good thing. Imagine spending your days waiting with bated breath, wondering what the postman might bring. What a beautiful exercise for the imagination. Is it really? Because the postman is probably just going to bring letters, or bills, or crippling debt. I don't think you're going to get anything actually surprising. A lovely, magical, mystery experience. No, it's sadness every time. Veteran Porter 4 times in a row. Okay. You're the reason I'm getting no orders. That sounds very aggressive, but you don't open it very aggressive. Oh my god, look at your little froggy eyes. That doesn't look like Sam Lake. Sam Lake is an attractive man. Not this half-dead fucking cadaver boy. Alright. How goes it, friend? I'm gonna take some water. I'm so full of allergies today. How goes it, friend? Much obliged for the Mets. These aches and pains of mine are more manageable now. What a mighty fine delivery setup around these parts once upon a time. For it all went to hell in a handbasket. No one has said that for about 50 years, my friend. Folks still need stuff, though. This is a hard country. Hard to put down roots and hard to get out when the going gets tough. Used to do what I could for those in need. Make sure they didn't get left to rot. And then, damnedest thing, I started seeing fewer and fewer orders. Got to wondering if something was afoot. Turns out it was just little old you, taking on the burden right when I was due a long rest. Thanks, Sam. You're one of the good ones. Mind you, I wasn't half bad myself. Made it all the way to Edgenut City once. Crossed the tar belt and everything. That's a complete lie. We were told the only person who's ever been able to do that is Amelie. Fuck you. Weird place. The distro center smack dab in the middle of downtown. Weird cargo, too. Stuff you never see back east or anywhere else, for that matter. Long as I'm rambling, you ever hear about the gold rush? Happened long ago. People's heard there was gold out west. Started heading there in droves, eager to make their fortune. Well, damnedest thing, but I saw some gold out there myself when I was out that way. Or maybe it was something else. Had that goldish glint about it, though. At least you're not straight up calling it an object, which makes it the most obvious thing in the fucking world, like literally everyone else does. You are my favorite, Veteran Porter. Road treating you alright, Sam? Oh, I've reached my limit. They always sound so sad, and they're just, there's no sadness about them at all. Gotta say, you give us Porters something to be proud of. Truly, you do. Before I went solo back in the day, I was making fun runs with this delivery outfit. Wasn't even easy living, these parts being unforgiving as they are. That didn't stop our guys and girls. We had ourselves a damn good leader. Didn't have dooms or nothing, but he had a nose for BTs. Wonder what they smell like. Which made it an even bigger boot to the gonads. Fucking gonads. That is not a word that exists in America. I refuse to believe that. That is such a big Brit boy word. And even then, not since like the 60s. I love it so much. When he went over to Demons. Yeah, that's right. Higgs is my old boss. You gotta understand though, those were crazy times. Guys were losing their minds left and right, going mule. Seemed we had a one-way ticket to Shitsville. Few like me went independent. Most couldn't hack it. Got out of the game before the game got them. Stubborn old me knuckled down and kept on keeping on. But this life takes its toll. And you came along when you did, partner. Keep an eye on your leader. You actually got a little bit of an insight to the hardest man of all hard men? I think you might. Howdy, Sam. I know you're working your ass off out there. But you'll forgive me if I hesitate just a little to put my faith in another united this or that. I've seen what happens when good leaders go bad. It ain't pretty. Ain't saying it's inevitable. But if Bridges or the UCA or whatever wound up headed by some arsehole drunk on power, where would that leave us? I hear nothing but kind words about President Strand and her kid. But who's to say one or the other won't change? Or... Oh, no one knows she's fucking dead. I totally forgot about that. Actually, it seems pretty hit or miss whether people know they're dead. Sometimes people... I seem to remember that there were random people just picking up on it and being like, oh, Sam, I'm so sorry for your loss, even though they were just I don't know, random little hovel man number 33 as opposed to someone actually important. But hey, whatever, maybe it was part of the main story and I completely forgot. Or that whoever comes after will be just as decent. Don't get me wrong, I'm not too fond of things how they are. And I agree, folks are better off together than apart. It's just, give me a chance to see how things pan out first, okay? Hope you don't think I'm being a pompous old coot passing around judgment from on high. I want to believe, but I've been burned before. If I can get over that, who knows? Maybe I'll join the good old UC of A after all. And then the very next message, literally 18 minutes after, wait, you still can't trust? You just joined anyway? You joined purely because you're in love with me? Wait, did you not join? He must have joined. They all fucking joined in the end. I'm sorry, Sam. I trust you. I really do. I'm not sure about this whole bridges thing. Things don't tend to end well when folks join together, at least in my experience. I mean, mules work in groups, right? So do terrorists. Should we really be taking lessons from them? Yes, the only groups that matter are the arsehole fucking drug addicts and just straight up fucking terrorists. Only groups who have ever existed. Yeah, that's a great reason to not team up, buddy. So you want to do this alone? You think you can bring down the mules and the fucking terrorists alone, Mr. fucking Sam? Whatever. Look, Sam, do you really know who these Bridges guys are? Do you even trust them? Are you even sure you want the same thing? Sam doesn't want anything. He's been silent for the vast majority of the game. He just wants to skinny dip with his new fucking son and just hang out in the hot springs forever, okay? But apparently, that's not allowed. We got a world to save, even though I want no part of it. I'm not saying I'm against the whole idea of the UCA or anything, but I'm gonna need some time to think about it. Alright, Sam Lake, fair enough. Let's get the hell out of here forever, shall we? That was a whole 8 emails. It didn't even seem to take that long. And yes, I am stalling as long as humanly fucking possible, so I don't actually need to do something timed. I've been doing timed things since the start of the fucking game, and it still terrifies me. Where's the West? Oh yeah, we never actually went to Edgenot, did we? You sure want to perform a jump? I guess so. Oh god, I forgot how horrifying you could be.
Sam? It's good to see you.
Is it? You permanently look disgusted by me.
You need to close your eyes.
I can't blame you. I haven't made Sam shower for a very long time. He's a stinky, stinky boy. But surprisingly not smothered in void goo, which is rare, to be honest. He loves rolling around in the stuff of the mucky little pup. Ugh. You're at 100%. That means you're loaded. 100 means good things. There you go. Oh, I'm so not ready. I also don't understand how there's another, 6 chapters to this game, where everything seems to be getting hyped up as, well, you're at the fucking end. But everyone is also terrified of the hard boy. And I can't really say I blame him. A man that hard has to be up to something. For fuck's sake, come on! Why now? Of all time. Fine, we'll read a couple more before we go. I'm so sorry. We can't go back to how things were. I forget what I made you sound like, so I'm gonna make you sound disgusting. I know I mustn't sit around pining for the good old days. Much as I may lament its passing, Prim was already as good as dead when I was born. You sound horrible and nothing like your picture. I don't know, I guess a nice little soft round boy. We can't go back, and therefore we must do our best to live in the present, which is why I decided to join the UCA. The chiral network is a marvel, there's no denying it. I understand that it can even be used to send physical objects now, after a fashion. And transmission is instantaneous. What more could we ask for? We must still call upon this strapping young lads, such as yourself, to transport medicines, food, and other organic goods. So it seems we cannot do without you just yet. If the two halves of this equation can be balanced with one another, UCA's future may be bright indeed. A new type of cryptobite. Okay. Hey, Sam, you in that cryptobite I gave you yet? It's one of several I found inside a gourd. Come on, man. You're sending all your rot to me? I don't need to be a part of that. Sam is stinky enough. Yeah, I was surprised too. Maybe I shouldn't have been. Gold's pretty weird and wonderful, after all. I told you before about how they were once thought to ward off evil spirits, right? Yes, only about the last 50 messages you sent me. Anyway, I figured that a crypto bio from a gourd's gotta be a bit special, so I decided to chow down on one and see what would happen. The effect was practically immediate. It's like I'd fallen into some kind of dreamland. Now I know what you're thinking, but it wasn't like tripping on drugs or anything like that. This was something really, really real, and not entirely in my head. Not entirely, like 99%, but, you know. I even did some reading afterwards and deduced that it was actually a special type of cryptobiote, maybe even a mutation, and that eating it sends your hematic regeneration levels through the roof. So that really changed things. I didn't want to bother with regular gourds anymore. Only the bad boys with these biotes growing inside of them. I decided to call them D-cryptobiotes. By the way, D is for dream. Get it? That's not a pun. In what is there to get, you wonky-eyed scum? Oh, is he Asian? No, he's white, right? And his eyes, I just mean because one is, like, drooping all the way down the face. He had the world's smallest stroke. The taste is a bit dreamy, too, once you get used to it. Kinda well-balanced or something. Like herbal medicine. The good kind, I mean. I got a feeling it's not gonna be for everyone, though. Those with less cultivated palates might even find them disgusting. You're not that fussy though, are you, Sam? Go on, taste the dream. I just know you'll love it. I'm not gonna put your little worms in my mouth, dude. I mean, when do I even need the worms? It's so... What the fuck? Okay. Why did it jump me over here? That was terrifying. That's never happened before. Also, I know I forget to chug all the monster, but I think now is the time to chug some monster. If there was ever a time, we should probably pick the time when we're so unbelievably ultra fucked that I've been trying to avoid thinking about it. And hell, I've avoided doing it for way too long. The world has been so very in danger, I'm just like, give me all of your stickers. Aww. Well, that's actually so sweet. Let's put a murderous little head crab on my head for this. We really need to prepare. There we go. Don't we look gorgeous? I'm so afraid. I am really scared of this. Do we have anything in the locker? We have a very, very dead power skeleton. That's gold. I fucking hate the gold ones. We can attach you, I guess. Get on my right shoulder. Little bowler gun. Yeah, you can go on the tool rack. Remote detonation grenade. I don't like the remote det ones. You know what? It's all falling apart. I can just make new stuff. Do we have rooms in the little mouth pouch? We do indeed. Get in there, you. Couple of PCCs on my back, I guess. It'll be lovely, lovely, and safe. Do I have room for this? Holy shit, we were running so low. I had no idea. Either that or it's just torn away. All of my endless grenades. Oh, that means I left the chiral boots behind. No! Okay, whatever. I've got a lot to fabricate. Starting with... I can't make a truck here. Someone must have left something for me. If they didn't, I'm going to cry. And you wouldn't want me to cry, would you, game? It absolutely would. It relishes in my suffering. I just want the regular looking one. You're the regular looking one, okay. There you go. And that's all we really need. I'll grab a couple of ladders. No, not 3. And I will grab 2 of these. All the rest, I'm not too bothered about. I might make a couple more weapons, but not yet. Get on my spine. Oh yeah, by the way, we pretty much the one interesting thing we actually got, and it's not even that interesting. Managed to unlock myself a backpack cover, which, you guessed it, covers the fucking backpack. So I guess that's a bit useful. Apparently stops Timefall from fucking with the gear right at the bottom. It doesn't really matter about the rest of it. As soon as it gets over a certain threshold, it's just as fucked as ever. But this is a bit fine, right? It's a bit helpful. Let's get myself a lovely assault rifle. I'm taking the rocket launcher because I never got a chance to use it, and that makes me sad. We'll make a nade launcher, and we'll make a riot shoddy. Why not? I don't need this much murder, but, I mean, we're about to take on Higgs or something. I don't want to take on Higgs or something. Get on my tool rack. I guess you're just gonna have to go on my spine? Holy shit, I am large. Sam, you were not allowed to be this tall before you even have any cargo. Go on, deliver some bot shit. Or am I only gonna have the, edge knot thing. I want a little bit more than that. I don't want it to be just thrust right into it. You gotta ease me in before we thrust. Alright, go on, hurry the fuck up. Orders for Sam. Edge Knot City. At least it's really not far away. In fact, it's very, very close by.
Edge Knot City. The last piece of the puzzle.
I don't trust you in the goddamn slightest, you utter scum.
You'll need more than just a Cuban to link this one up, though. You'll also be required to supply a network activation key.
That's Lochner's job, not mine.
We held on to it for safekeeping.
Am I gonna do some fucking wave defense?
Until now. Collect it at the terminal and take it to Edge Knot City. Luckily for us, the automated systems at the distro center there still seem to be operational. So once the key is entered, it should automatically interface with the backbone network. A word of caution, Sam. The activation key has a unique identifier. If anything happens to it, you can't just print a new one. It's one of a kind. Irreplaceable.
Notice that I'm having the most important conversation of the entire game.
And don't go breaking it either.
With a little squishy pillow monster sucking out my mind.
Delivery knocked to fuck up. It's this one. We're all counting on you.
I don't like it when my boss says fuck. It's just a little intimidating. I don't do well with authority. Especially not fuck authority. Oh god, it's big. It's big and it looks like a nuke. It's not a nuke. I hope it's not a fucking nuke. We built something that can only be activated by a fucking nuclear explosion. We are not the smartest of lads. But, oh, wait. Maybe, just maybe there's a vehicle. Because I know I left mine behind a very long time ago. Can I really not fabricate a truck? You suck, game. I think it's like, doing it on purpose so we don't have a truck. I imagine we're gonna need to take on a lot of dudes. And trucks kind of make it hilariously easy to shatter dudes, so can't say I completely blame you. Why does everything look like a crater? And why can I go so far here? It almost looks like just a permanent battlefield? I don't like this. There can be arseholes around every corner. That's not even my truck! Who fucked the truck that hard? I thought only I was this terrible. Alright, the final piss room we'll possibly ever see. What does that little double L symbol mean? Because I started to think that that's the amount of S ranks you have for some reason. But now I'm realizing that no one can make it this far with only 11 S ranks. This game makes it hilariously easy to get S ranks for the most part. So unless this dude was using bots to do the main mission deliveries, which I am very, very, very sure is impossible, then I have no idea how the hell that happened. That dude only has 13 as well. Maybe if you just mainline it? Maybe there are only 13 missions up to this point. I'm just so unbelievably slow. Oh, but you don't really matter because you don't put me in some kind of drugged up death state. Oh, what's that? Oh, it's just rain. Okay, can't be that's afraid of rain. There is much more to be scared of, like exactly this. Shit!